How do you deal with feedback in your company, whether it's from employees or customers? How do you ensure it's being listened to and executed on? This is a really awesome question. I think it kind of has two parts. So first, feedback in your company from employees. This is something that is really important, and I think that sometimes companies early on, especially when you're small, the feedback is really fluid. So if you're sitting in a room with 5 people, you can really easily kind of know what the pitfalls are, know what problems are arising. And once you're growing, you might not just be overhearing those conversations that let you know what opportunities there are to improve on. So we started something pretty early on in the company when we just had about 4 or 5 people. It was an exercise that I actually read in a book that was called Start, Stop, Continue. And through this exercise, we sent out a survey to our employees asking them what are things that we should start doing as a company. This could be as small as we should start sitting in different chairs to as large as we should start offering a different service. What are things that we should stop doing? So again, this could be as small as we should stop leaving trash on our desks, which our company is stopping doing now, to as large as we should stop working with this type of client. And then what should we continue doing? And these are the ones that I honestly love reading the most, because this is really where you get to hear from your employees what the things are that they just think the company could not live without. And a lot of that can, revolve around certain things in the culture or certain ways that you work with clients. But I think for us, that's something that we did and, we continue to do on a rolling basis of really giving people the opportunity. You always want to be open to feedback on an ongoing basis, and everyone on our team knows that that's not the only time that we're open to answering, feedback, but it's a good opportunity to be able to really get people to think through what those different areas are that they want to offer feedback on. Now, as far as listening to feedback from clients, I think this is a lot in the same way, where you might have some clients who are wonderful and give you feedback on an ongoing basis of, how you can improve the service, what they liked about that last article, what they didn't like. But I think that in order to really get honest feedback, you have to be proactive about it. So something that we started doing is sending a survey to our clients, and people don't love filling out surveys, so we're being very conscientious of their time, but we're asking them one simple question: how likely would you be to refer our service to a friend? Because if someone is not likely to refer your service or your product to a friend, then they're not 100% satisfied, because people love to recommend things that make them look good. So if recommending your service makes them look cool because they know about this really awesome service or product, then they will recommend it to a friend. So with that one question, if anyone in the survey answers a 6 or below, meaning that they're not, a 7 to 10, they would definitely recommend it, then right there we have a comment box that we want to know from them, what can we do to improve? Because if you're saying that you wouldn't be that likely to recommend it, then there has to be a way to improve. So I know that was kind of a long-winded answer, but on the employee side and on the client side, we find it really important to listen to feedback, but I also think that you can't just listen, you have to also execute. And so after we do the Start, Stop, Continue with our team, we actually have a meeting where we talk over, here's some themes that we saw, and here's action steps on improving on them. And on the client side, there really should be the same thing. Even if a client suggests something that you don't think is the right direction for your company, you should still have the opportunity to say to them, we've listened to your answer, we've talked about it as a team, and we're not going to go in that direction, and here's why. But definitely addressing it is really important.